What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling fantastic today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just epic, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. So the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, I'm not sure what that pause was, or Cancer, wherever, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based off our ruler here, the good old Moon. I know she gets a grand entrance. I'm doing a lot, Cancer. And I'm talking about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void of course. It's all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so y'all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force reading on a situation, and everything will be fantastic, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Mars Day. It's Tuesday. Hope you're feeling energized, feeling ready to just tackle the day. And also get all this heat energy, Cancer, because you got the Moon in Leo. And this is a very dope placement for the Moon. This is a great energy for tapping into, just really indulging in like self-expression, Cancer. Thank you. And, allowing that creative side of you to come through, whether it's through the arts or... I'm still trying to figure out how that would look through science. And I mean, because you could be creative, with numbers and things along the numerology. That's a cool one. There we go, Cancer. Now we're getting somewhere. But this is too, like if you've been wanting to do, start up any sort of like hobbies or things like that, maybe you want to do some gardening or something like that. Definitely indulge in that, Cancer. Bringing Leo energy is about, bringing just like more sunlight and more fun into your world. But you might be feeling more energized, Cancer, because, the sun deals with like, some the most important part of our chart, fuels the rest of it, and it brings that energy, that vitality. So you might be feeling a little more energized there. And then also too, this is a great energy. Leo can deal with like children as well. So if you happen to work with kids, or maybe you have your own little ones, it's great energy for you to just to like tap into like inner child energy, Cancer, and really just like spread the joy around and all that good stuff. I like when the Moon's in Leo. This is a very, very dope placement. And then you got the waning crescent, and with this card, so that, Cancer, we're just gonna be singing. It's gonna be great, but not too much. But this is this energy is about really kind of like sort of just kind of relaxing a little bit and just like reconnecting with yourself. Almost very similar to like the void of course, and just kind of just reflecting too, and getting ready for that next thing that you're getting ready to tackle for the next lunar cycle there, Cancer. Good and a great energy too for just like showing compassion to yourself as well. Even if things didn't quite go as you had planned during this cycle, the fact that you took that initiative, I feel like is worthy of praise, Cancer. And then we'll fine tune it as we go. That's the beauty of this life. Just always growing, always working on that stuff there, Cancer. And then last few things. These readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links to them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching, Cancer, so definitely check them out. Actually, one of them has a Moon in Leo, so very exciting, Cancer. Let's get to your general energy of the day. And look at that, Cancer, we're just partying all over the place. I'm with it. So, because you got the fourth card of Aries here, which is the cake card. Alright, Cancer. And this is a card of celebration, ceremony, party, gathering with friends and family, honor, remember, recognize, commemorate, graduation, anniversary, wedding, prom, birthday, and award ceremony. And the energy that's coming through here, Cancer, is the anniversary. I don't know if anyone's got any kind of anniversaries coming up here. Happy anniversary. That's exciting. We always love anniversaries. And you know what? I feel like with that, Cancer, because this could be even a number of things. Maybe we're celebrating an anniversary of, I don't know, maybe sobriety, for example. Or maybe this has been since, because I feel like even like how do I want to explain this, Cancer? Because I feel like that with how many, because we're a very cyclical sign being ruled by the moon, and I feel like we can have multiple anniversaries, whether it's just like, when we started for a lunar cycle, for example, that could be like an anniversary. It's been like 2 lunar cycles since I've been working on this thing, and that's worthy of celebrating. And I feel like maybe it's like making making more moments to celebrate. I don't know, like it's like the little kind of wins in life, when we're, whether it be maybe we've, maybe changed the way we were eating, or maybe we've been, again, maybe working on sobriety, or maybe we just moved into a place, and it's been like a year since we've been there. It's just like how, maybe it's like, how do we want to maybe change things up even a little bit? What do we want to focus on? And it's like being more intentional with these type of let me get some tarot on that, Cancer. That's very interesting. Even think about this. It's kind of fascinating. I think Alchemist Age should be coming up on an anniversary soon here. It's almost been a year, Cancer. I gotta think of doing something kind of special for that. But let's get some tarot on this, Cancer. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Alrighty. So you have small reversal storm here, but that's alright, Cancer. Because you have the Knight of Moons upright, and then you have the Five of Wands, the King of Wands, and then the Eight of Wands in reverse here. And I feel like with this energy, Cancer, let's start with the Eight of Wands, because with the Eight of Wands and like the King of Wands, I feel like that there's this, because maybe for some it's just like we have maybe like something big that's coming up, maybe an anniversary, and it's just like maybe we don't see it as, it's almost like I'm getting like we don't realize how big of a deal maybe something is, whether this is working on yourself, or maybe it's like you've moved, or I don't know, it's like more like maybe it's like commemorating I don't know, these obstacles that you overcome in life, Cancer. I feel like that. And I might need to get a little bit more with this Eight of Wands, but it just feels like that maybe there's. And it's not to say that you don't celebrate things, Cancer, but I feel like that there can maybe be more sort of like just like little things, just like I'm gonna do, since it's been 60 days since I've been actively working on something for it. Let's say you've been working on like I don't know, wanting to go for like a marathon, for example. I'm struggling for examples here, Cancer, but it's like the fact that you've been working on that type of stuff. I feel like it's like maybe doing something little something to treat yourself, like maybe getting yourself some new running shoes, for example, or, and not to say that you have to do this every month, but or just like I don't know, it's like making, it's like being more intentional with like your celebration, especially when you've been doing things that have been making you feel better, Cancer, that's been raising your vibration. And it almost feels like with the Knight of Moons, it's like there's this energy of wanting to bring more joy, or something along those lines. But let me get a little bit more on the Eight of Wands. Because am I even getting for some too, that maybe we've been, and not to say that you need to be celebrated, Cancer, but maybe for some it's just like we haven't been feeling that maybe others appreciate, like maybe it's like you got like something big coming up, like let's say you've been like sober for like a year, and it's like it doesn't feel like that we're Let me get some clarifiers on this. Hmm. So the Eight of Wands is clarified by the New Moon, which is one of the special major arcanas in this deck, the in reverse, and then you have the Nine of Swords and then the Hermit upright. Hmm. Yeah, I feel like almost like for some there's a need, there's like this energy of wanting to, of I don't know, it's like commemorating these events and like these anniversary and things so that it gives you more motivation to keep doing that stuff. Like let's say if we've been, I don't know, just in any ways that I feel like even been working on ourselves, because this feels more broad than just like that we have like that we're having like an anniversary or something like that. But that's just kind of one energy. I hope that that makes sense. But there is even this kind of other energy that's coming through here that maybe there's this maybe an anniversary that's coming up that's a little harder, Cancer. Like maybe we had someone pass in the family, or it's getting around this time of like just more sort of like just more kind of heavy sort of topics I feel like that are coming through here with like the Nine of Swords. And it's just like maybe we've been feeling like it's been like building up this anxiety because it's just like, well, it's a sad or kind of a somber time, but it's just like maybe we can even find a way to, instead of making that like where something where we start to dread, maybe turning it into something that we can celebrate. And this doesn't necessarily have to be like you're going out or anything. You can celebrate in private, Cancer, but I feel like doing something, maybe like if this is like maybe a loved one that has parted, maybe this could be where we and this doesn't take away from the fact that it is sad, but maybe you can maybe make a table or something, like make like cook a dinner like of their favorite foods or something like that, and just kind of sit down and maybe pour a glass for them. And oh, can't start getting them. I am gonna need to keep some tissue over here, but that's just kind of like an example that I'm getting. Maybe we've been feeling, or maybe this is like maybe we've been through like a divorce possibly or something, or like a breakup, and it's just like we're getting on the anniversary of that, and it's been not something that it's, and again it's a hard time, but it could be, I feel like with the new moon being in reverse, it's like there's this new energy of it doesn't have to be just that. We can turn it into something different, maybe start a new type of trend here, and go out and try to do this thing a different kind of way there, Cancer. Hmm. Very interesting energy that's come through your, Cancer. What? All right, let's get a little bit more on this. Oh, I don't know if I'd said this, Cancer, but the moons are cups in this deck, and then the stars are pentacles. Oh, oh, interesting, Cancer. Look at all these lunar shenanigans. Oh, and all major arcana city. So you got another one of the special major arcanas here, which is the full moon card, and then the judgment card in reverse, and then you have the world upright. And that's interesting, Cancer, because the full moon is a time of celebration. But maybe I feel like for some it's just like maybe we are having maybe troubles of moving on from something. Maybe we feel it's like there's this need to maybe to move on with the world here, but it's like I don't know, with the judgment card being reversed, it's just like we might be kind of stuck in this energy. Just thinking with the Nine of Swords being here, and I was even kind of getting an energy for some others that maybe we're afraid of starting up something because it's like the stress of having to keep up that streak. Because then it's just like, well, it's like you've been working on this thing for so long, but then we kind of made it falling off the wagon, which that happens in life, Cancer. But I feel like that doesn't take away from the results. It's like you're actively working on this thing, but but yeah, more so it does kind of feel that there's this energy that I don't know. For some, it's just like it's like I'm getting like a lonely type of energy that we're feeling kind of haven't been maybe even been feeling the need to celebrate things, or there's just like a certain event. Maybe it's just like it's like when we start getting closer, for example, for like the holiday seasons and things start, where it is, can be a happy time, but not for, not for everyone, or it's like maybe there's like a certain birthday that's coming up for someone, or let me get a little bit more on the full moon, Cancer. What's going on here, Cancer? Man, you like lunar shenanigans for real. So the full moon is clarified by the moon, the Four of Wands, and the Page of Moons here, Cancer. And, it really feels like that there is, if this is something where if we've been not feeling like we wanted to celebrate, or just been feeling like kind of stuck, or maybe just in sort of like a darker energy, because the moon can be Pisces. The moon can be like a scary type of energy, or just like a really kind of uncomfortable, kind of dark sort of energy, because we're journeying into the darkness in order to get to to get to the sunlight in the end. But I mean, even I don't know, just there feels like there's this kind of clashing energy, or this I don't know. It's like we want to. I don't know. It's like maybe we want to get like. It's like we want to maybe celebrate something, but it's just again. It just I feel like it's a tougher type of energy here, because I'm even just kind of thinking with like the Hermit here, Virgo, and the Moon is Pisces. Those are opposite signs of the zodiac, and when we think about like in astrology, like oppositions, those are tougher energies. Very, brings about polarity, and but I feel that there is a way, especially if this is more so kind of like a maybe like someone had passed, or maybe just like if we're on the anniversary of a tougher situation, that we can turn this around into something of celebration. But we just like I feel like it's finding that perspective, and it's going to take time, Cancer. I don't feel like this is something that it will get figured out overnight, but it's just like maybe just like starting a new type of practice here, or something along those lines there, Cancer. Alrighty, let's get some advice from the sun. Thank you. Alright, Cancer, last little bit here. Alright, so you have the Six of Moons in reverse, and then you have the Eight of Moons and the Ten of Swords here. Now let's switch back over, Cancer. Because with the Six of Moons, I feel like there's something here from the, like, I don't know, there's like this sort of like past energy that it feels like that we're healing from something, Cancer, with this Ten of Swords, because the Ten of Swords and the Nine of Swords are pretty intense energies. And I don't know, it just feels like that there's something here that we are sort of maybe we've been kind of ruminating on here as of late, or or something that we've been having trouble to, or it's like it's because it's not like a situation that we're like having troubles walking away from, but it feels more so like a feeling or like a thought process, like like okay, it's around this time, so we were just naturally going to feel sad. And this, again, it's not to say that we're not feeling sad for this thing, but it's just like, can we turn this into a different type of narrative? Celebrate this thing or honor this thing in a different type of way here, Cancer, if that makes sense. But I'm also kind of getting for some too that there's this like something that's happened here that it's almost like maybe we've had troubles even like kind of starting up something even. Like let's say like when we're working on the lunar stuff for the lunar cycles, it's just like we like the idea and we know that this thing would help us heal, but it's just like there is this like stuck energy. And I feel there's just kind of with the hermit being here, an energy of needing to kind of reflect on that and what's keeping us from maybe starting up this thing or initiating this change to kind of close out one chapter and start up something new there, Cancer. Yeah, very, very, it's like kind of some tricky energy coming through your, Cancer, but yeah, I hope that made sense. I think I'm gonna leave that there, but if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Cancer, if you know someone who's like, I don't know, either having trouble starting up some things, or maybe this is like a tougher time with them, and they just want to be kind of like in this reclusive type of mode, which is totally fine. But it's just like maybe there's this way of, instead of where it's like bringing you down, just like all the way, we can turn it into just like doing something from like a different perspective or something along those lines. Instead of like on like, for example, if this is like maybe like a death, and instead of like or on, not, I don't want to say like, instead of honoring the death, it's like celebrating the life that they lived, and how like reflecting on how they lived it to the fullest, or whatever they did, or maybe even something too. This could, I don't know, there's a lot coming through, Cancer. I'm about to get back into your reading, but share that. And then if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell button. You get notified when I release videos each day. And then last little bit, Cancer, check your sun, your moon, your rising, your yeah, especially check your moon placement, Cancer. Again, all these lunar shenanigans. Then come on over to my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do weekly videos, monthly videos. Actually, just got done doing your monthly video. It'll be coming out next. When will it be coming out? Oh, just actually when this is coming out, I'm ahead of the game. But yeah, I just did your monthly one. Yes, you had a really cool monthly reading, Cancer. You got a little emotional at the end, but it's a good old time, Cancer. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get you the prize cards here, so I can get you out of here, Cancer. It's a little more another moon for the moon. You got a lot of moons here, Cancer, but you got the Ace of Moons in reverse. And I feel with the Ace of Moons, it's just like, this gives to me just like this, I don't know, there's a very kind of hurt energy that's kind of coming through here. Very kind of somber what's coming right now. And maybe this is like again, these anniversaries of things, maybe this is like an emotional time for your, maybe something that we want something to be more than what it is, or but I do feel like with the Ace of Moons, like there's a need to just like, there can be some healing that can be done in this, Cancer. Whether whatever this is, but I do feel like it's, whatever this happens to be, if this is like a more tougher situation, take some time to maybe do some hermit energy and kind of reflect on this thing, or maybe just even being around some loved ones or something, some of those close with you, so you're not just by yourself in this energy. But let me get your oracle card here, so I can get you out of here. Thank you. Very interesting, Cancer. So you have and that's very much Very cool. This card reminds me of the Ace of Cups. So you got the fifth card here, which is the Blue Lotus card, which is a card of intuition, and is ruled by the sun and the moon. And I feel like with this energy, Cancer, I feel like maybe for some, maybe we've been kind of ignoring these feelings possibly because it is very emotional. Maybe we've been, I don't want to say necessarily partying per se, but it's just like, I don't know, maybe just like been sort of distracting ourselves or just doing things to not deal with that stuff or something. But I do feel like there is this need to feel this stuff because it does affect your intuition, Cancer. It affects how you operate. And I don't know. It's like I feel like it's like your intuition's kind of telling you like we know like there's something that's wanting to change here, considering both your new moon and your full moons in reverse here. It's like there's something that's needing to change in this cycle, but it's just like we're not. It's very interesting energy here, Cancer. That's a tough one. What this energy that's coming through here, but it does feel like that. Just if your instincts are telling you to kind of maybe it's just like there's just like almost even getting like I said, not necessarily a time to move on, but it's just like a time of something is changing, or it's like how we're going about maybe like a ritual or something is changing, even something along those lines, Cancer. But I hope that made sense. That was a tougher energy one kind of decode there, but you stay safe out there, Cancer, with whatever this is that you might be dealing with. And if this is more so kind of on a celebratory thing again, hopefully, this happy anniversaries. And if it's a tougher one, we can, I feel like we can, I know how this may sound, Cancer, but I do feel like we can find a way to turn that into a different kind of message or something along those lines. But yeah, stay safe out there and you keep eyes on the moon. Because the moon's keeping eyes on you, Cancer. And if we've been having trouble healing and things along those lines, I know the moon's got your back. And I will catch you on the next one tomorrow.